K-Rock Mid-Atlantic Rock Reviews, Marmy Rock Show, back again with our good friends Pop Evil and Matt and Chachi. Thank you guys so much for being here again with us.
Of course, we always have fun with you guys.
Appreciate it. Always love talking to you guys. So, hey, the first thing, man, Onyx is like tearing up all over the place.
Thank you.
And we've known you guys for a long time. So tell us a little bit about, what it's like right now. How has life changed since Onyx came out for you guys?
Well, I have like personal assistants now. So that's pretty cool.
And here's a picture of the personal assistant.
Behind the scenes there. Onyx is it's kind of taken us to that next level, which is great. It's what we wanted, and I feel like it's gained us a lot of respect from our peers and other people in the industry. So it's opened up some other doors. Since Onyx has come out, we've signed a European record deal and gotten over there. We just did a tour with Five Finger Death Punch over there, and we're looking to expand and spread our music further than we've ever been able to before.
Now, maybe one of the best songs Lee's ever written, Torn to Pieces, is out there on the video. Tell us a little bit about that video, and it looks like it's kind of is it kind of a personal behind-the-scenes look into Lee's life there?
Yeah, a lot of it was very personal and drawn, from a reflection of, the passing, of obviously of his father, which is something that everyone eventually is going to have to deal with. It's really unfortunate and terrible, and it just goes to show you that no matter how high on a pedestal you might put somebody or somebody you look up to, that everyone is human. Everyone does have to deal with those emotions. Lee shot that video in Canada. I believe it was in Kingston, and did it over the weekend. It was literally right before we went to Europe. So we were pretty stressed, and everyone was flying around trying to get ready, and we were meeting him in New York, and he wasn't with us. He was already there, and we were trying to get to New York, and from New York we had to fly to Europe, so we were kind of all over the place. But it's obviously a pretty honest and real look into some of his past, and a very serious part of life that we all have to deal with. It's not ever fun.
That's just one spectrum. The video really hones in on that, but the song's still open to interpretation for anybody. It could be about a relationship or something else.
So going back a couple years, I was just reflecting on you guys, and a couple years ago at Rock on the Range, she texted me and said they just tore up the contract on stage, and it was like a turning point. Like, tell me how the band has changed since right before the previous album came out.
Since right before War
of Angels, yeah, because at Rock on the Range was right when you guys decided we're going to do this, in your guys' voices, I think, we're going to do this right or we're not going to do it. And
yep.
I think a huge single word changed this maturity through everybody, as a unit, as individuals.
A lot of experience, as you know, we've been one of the hardest touring bands in the past 5 years.
Without a doubt.
Non-stop shows, and with that comes a lot of growth. So, in a lot of ways, not only has our stage show developed, but songwriting's developed and everything else.
I think we expect more out of ourselves and more out of each other, and so we take it a lot more serious. Not that it wasn't serious at the time, but as we're out here and we're doing this every day, and you continue to grow, and you kind of have to decide for yourself: are you out here just to have fun, or are you really trying to make a career out of this? And then start taking steps towards that decision.
Yeah, I think one thing that we do is try to ask ourselves, what's going to be best for the show. At least when we're on tour. When we're in the studio, it's what's best for the song or what's best for the album. But when we're on the road, we're always thinking of what can we do that's going to make the show the best that it could possibly be. And that's even developed into some other things that we're doing now too, where you might not see us hang out as much after the shows, which we've always been known to do.
Yeah.
But one big result of that is we get hammered drunk with all of our friends, and it's fun for that night. But what does that do for the show the next day? You know what I mean? And we really owe it to all the fans that come out to all the shows to do the best that we can.
I go to sleep after we
at every
play.
single one.
I'm tired.
So
I'm glad to hear you guys say it too, because I mean, I think you guys saw that handwriting on the wall years ago. We've known you a long time. You're like, we can't always hang out after shows, and people don't understand how far you guys have to drive the next day and everything you guys have going on.
There's a lot
that
of
you're people too. You're not bionic,
in one camp, but it's not even just the band members. Sometimes it can be the driver. It can be. There's so many factors that play into our schedule and why we have to keep it the way it is, and it's the way it is.
We still try to make ourselves available. We're doing like our VIP meet and greet package, and giving the people an opportunity to be able to come hang out with us and do it, but we have to do it right, and we have to schedule it on our terms when it'll fit in, and we can make sure that it's controlled, because it's everything's kind of growing, and we don't want to lose that connection with our fans, but at the same time we've got to make sure that we're proactive about it.
Another great way is we're all pretty active on social media, whether it be our individuals or the bands, and we us collectively run all of those. So we make I feel like we make a pretty strong effort to respond and acknowledge and answer fans that have good questions. And
absolutely, you guys are great at that. So, we've known you a long time. One of the things I've always marveled at, you guys, it's kind of a weird question, but you're a very ethnically diverse band, and you're also diverse in your backgrounds. Can you talk a little bit? Because not a lot of rock bands look like that.
We are 5 really different people on a lot of facets,
Elaborate a little.
We all come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, like you said. We got to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have at least solid 4 different ethnicities. I guess Matt and I, well, you're Italian, I don't have that, so.
Yeah, I mean, both a little Indian,
Native American, and then it's all over the place, man. Nick's really the only pure European mutt, I think. He's got the tall white jeans.
Yeah.
Does it bring anything extra to the band? I mean, is it? I know the backgrounds musically are differently. Does any of that come into the music?
I think our backgrounds do. And obviously your ethnicity is probably going to have something to do with the way you were raised, whether it just be things you didn't even realize were ethnically based as a child. But I think that translates. The background, the way our upbringing, and I think us being 5 individuals is what gives us what I would hope to be a unique sound. And Onyx was their first experiment with that, with these 5 people, where we got to hear the 5 of us all cohesively work on something together.
So one of my favorite tunes continues. I don't think it's out as a single yet. Behind Closed Doors is still probably my favorite tune on that album. Can you tell me a little bit about the background of that tune, like maybe who did a lot of the writing and where the riffs came from? I love the guitar riffs in that tune.
Nick actually had that in his pocket, like when he joined the band, and it was worked on pretty heavily as a group. What he brought to us, Johnny actually didn't want to use. He heard the demo and was ready to cut it, and I was like, well, I think we should give it a shot, because all of us collectively really liked the guitars. So we moved some stuff around. We got rid of some stuff. We completely rewrote the music accompanying the guitar. Lee wrote, some lyrics with a really great message about, what happens, obviously behind closed doors. But everyone kind of has secrets that they keep, and whether they be positive or negative. But everyone's human. Everyone has those issues and faces with them. But
you never know what the person next to you might be going through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that was Nick, man, bringing his guitar playing in, and right off, he had a couple songs like that he really made his presence felt immediately by. He was like, oh, I know I just joined the band, but I already had these 2 songs written. So.
Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye, my friend.
Yeah.
And Behind Closed Doors were both in.
There's not a bad song on it.
Thank you very much.
We see you guys so much. And by the way, just as a chat, you are this band we have seen the absolute most. It's our 31st show tonight. So obviously, it's a little hard not to fan gush when I talk to you guys.
That's you guys the people we've seen the most, I would think. Yeah. I don't know that anyone's seen more than 30 shows.
I don't know, but when I air this, believe me, someone on YouTube will tell me they've seen you more, because they will tell us.
Well, I'm sorry for not knowing that.
Lampshade Steve, I think, is up around 8.
Lampshade Steve, I love it.
That's like as many shows I've been to, I feel like.
So I usually don't ask the tattoo thing, but I'm just glancing over. Do you have a tooth on your hand over there?
I do.
Tell us a little bit about the tooth. I never saw that one. Is that new?
It's not new. I've had that one for 2 years, probably. It's to represent the Black Tooth Grin, like in the Pantera camp, Dimebag Darrell, all that. They do a shot of whiskey with just a little bit of coke, and that was their Black Tooth Grin. So in memory of Dime, I had that put on this hand, so that if I would do one, I would grab the cup with this hand and pay homage.
Wow, I never saw it before on you. I mean, we talked to you all the time, but I've never seen it before. That's pretty cool. So as much as Onyx is doing great, are you guys still writing right now? You're touring so much, I don't know how you can possibly do that, but are you actually writing while you're still touring?
Yeah, it's hard to pick up a guitar and like not mess around and write little riffs and stuff. And a lot of them get tossed out the window, but some of them, we spend some time on, or make sure we record it on our phones and stuff, so we've got it for later.
Everyone is dabbling or playing around usually at some point.
So workouts, Chachi, they were always a big thing. You guys still doing the big workout thing?
Yeah, Matt.
You look thin. Y'all look thin, so thinner than me.
We stay pretty passionate and strong to CrossFit. I actually talked to Clint today from Seven Dust, and he started CrossFit also. And
saw them last night. Actually,
dude, the acoustic record's so good.
Yes, it is.
But definitely eating healthy, and it's just you have to, man. Like I can't do this without keeping myself like cardiovascular wise in shape, and I just like to feel healthy. I don't care about getting massive or having a 24 pack on my stomach. I want to feel good about myself and about the decisions that I make at the end of the day.
We're actually getting ready to do that right after this interview. We're
probably gonna go do a WOD.
Do you got your puppy yet?
I was gonna ask. Yeah, we can't interview that. I asked him about the puppy.
About our puppy on the bus?
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen.
Still got Chris, right?
There is a puppy today.
Yes, our manager has his dog here today. Harrison.
There was just a dog walking party or something at a bar up the street on the way here. It was really strange.
Yeah.
So.
The bar girl?
I don't know what it was exactly up there.
That's awesome.
So let me see. One or two more things. How do you guys? You always end up on sports shows. Like I can't watch a sporting event and then here comes ESPN or something. Man, you guys are just
I don't think
niche there.
It's not. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. It kind of worked out that way, and I don't think any of us are too mad about it. A few of us have athletic backgrounds, so we get pretty excited about it.
All these teams keep asking me to play for them, and I'm like, I was like, you can't have me, but you can have the songs.
And that's what he does. He's a really high demand.
He's like more of an X Games guy to me. I don't know, just knowing the history, but
basketball and foosball.
Sean White would be terrified if he came out snowboarding because this guy clean house. The Penguins actually just brought us into Pittsburgh, and we got to go check out Console Arena, which was amazing, and they treated us really, really well, which was hard for me being such a huge Wings fan. Nothing.
Well, being a Lions fan, man, our Ravens have 2 years. The kickoff party for 2 different years.
And that's challenging, because people are like, "Well, you guys were giving the Ravens love, but I thought you were Lions fans." I'm like, I am a Lions fan, but how am I going to hate on the Ravens and they want to play our song? Maybe the Lions should play our song. I'd be more excited, but
We'd love to have you back.
Yeah, well, hey, it's worked out for you guys in the past.
That's right. Well, guys, thanks so much for being here. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys. Oh, we have one last thing. How's the nose, man? I mean, it's legendary now. Like that video I shot right after you broke your nose on the cruise got so many hits. How's the nose doing?
I don't know. How does it look?
It looks totally healed. So
okay, yeah, then it's doing good. How's this? All right, then we're fine.
Matt, Josh, you guys, everybody, thanks so much for being here. Always a pleasure talking to you guys.